So we're going to continue the review, and so I'm going to start with 31. In number 31, what I would recommend is, because they're asking you to do, in this case, f of g, what we're going to do is, we're going to substitute in here, this function. So you end up with 5 over 4 over 5x minus 8, technically over 1. So I need a common denominator, so the first thing I'll do is I'll multiply top and bottom by 5x. So I'll multiply here and here by 5x. This becomes 5 over 1 over 4 minus 40x. All of this over 5x. So if you recall, let's keep change flip. We're going to flip this fraction, and we're going to get 5 over 1 times 5x over 4 minus 40x. When you multiply across, you'll get 25x over 4 minus 40x, which is answer choice B. Same thing here. For this one, they're giving you f of g of 2. So we need to solve for f of g and then substitute in 2 and see what we get. You could also do g of 2. If you did g of 2, you get 12 times 2 minus 5, which gives you 24 minus 5. 24 minus 5 is 19. And so you would take the 19 and substitute it into the equation. So you would get 15 times 19 squared minus 10 times 19. And so do a little math and you'll find that the answer choice for 32 will be C. I believe you get 5,225. Same thing for 33, substitute in negative 3 into g of x first, and you'll end up with negative 3 squared minus 2 times negative 3 plus 2. So this will give you 9 plus 6 plus 2. 9 plus 6 plus 2, 17. Throw the 17 into this equation, and so now you have 17 squared minus 2 times 17 minus 5, which will result in 250. Answer choice D for that. Now for number 34, before you panic, this is the denominator and your real point of concern. So you'll use a quadratic formula, and you'll find that your answer choice will be C, because you're going to do negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac on this one, all over 2a. You'll end up with negative 8 plus or minus the square root of 88 over 2. When you simplify this, you know 4 times 22 works, so you'll end up with negative 8 plus or minus 2 square root 22 over 2. So 2 goes into 8 4 times, and 2 goes into 2 once, leaving you negative 4 plus or minus, minus 8 is what you end up with. So actually this will become plus 8, plus 4. So this will reduce as well, regardless, and you'll end up with 4 plus or minus the square root of 22. And so if you look at your numbers, that would only work with C. Number 35, you're adding two functions. Just remember that if you're adding two functions, such as in this case you have 4x over x minus 4 plus 5 over x plus 10, that this becomes 4x parentheses x plus 10 plus 5 times x minus 4, and all of this over the denominator x minus 4 x plus 10. And so a little bit of math, you get 4x squared plus 40 plus 5x minus 20, and all of this over the denominator x minus 4 and x plus 10. Alright, and we combine like terms. You end up, I'm going to move it over here, you end up with 4x squared plus 5x plus 20. Alright, and all of this over x minus 4, x plus 10. And so now what we want to do in this case is, well, if you look already, you can already see that it's going to be a little difficult to factor this, so it's probably going to be 4 and negative 10 for the solution. I'll go with answer choice C for that one. For 36, we're multiplying basically FOIL, because it's FG, which means F times G. So basically 4x minus 3 times 3x minus 7, a little bit of math. This times this is 12x squared. Inner terms, negative 9x. Outer term, negative 28x. Last term, positive 21. And that's a 9. So it should be answer choice for 36, should be A. Alright, so you get 12x squared minus 37x, and it gives you plus 21. Alright, let's erase all this for a moment. Alright, number 37, find the domain of the function. And so for 37, what you want to do is, since they don't have a common denominator, we are going to focus on just the numbers. So x cannot equal 9 or negative 1. Answer choice.
I'm not sure.
Again, remember the process is you leave this as negative infinity, negative 1, 9, and then positive infinity, leaving you 3 intervals to consider. Alright, I'm going to do this one next. This one, a couple of people had a question on, number 38. And the issue with 38 is you have to do 1 over 7 parentheses x plus h for the lead. And so this would be the first term minus the second term, which is 1 over 7x. All of this is over h, technically over 1. So by rule of thumb, I need a common denominator, so I'll get 7x over 7x parentheses 7x plus h in parentheses minus my denominator 7x plus 7h. I'll go ahead and distribute it because it'll make it easy to see. When you distribute your negative, you get 7x minus 7h. All of this is over 7x parentheses 7 parentheses x plus h. Alright? And so the negatives cancel, the 7x and the positive 7x and the negative 7x cancel. The 7s will cancel here. The x will remain. This h is going to cancel because you're going to multiply by the divisor, which you have an h over 1 sitting here, so that's going to get flipped. You're going to have 1 over h, so that'll cancel with that. Your final answer will result in negative 1 over 7x, x plus h. Okay. The last question, number 39. For 39, you should end up with answer choice C. If you recall, I did tell you, look at the exponents. If they're mixed, it's neither. And the last question is simply substitution. It says the cost in total numbers are dollars for a company to produce X empty jars to be used for jelly producer is given by the function. Find C of 50,000. So basically plug it in and solve. So you'll find that once you substitute it in, do a little bit of basic math, you'll get 45,000. That's it. That's